In this video, I'm going to do a live Zoom virtual color analysis with Elizabeth Burnell from the Canal Ellie Burnell YouTube channel. Stay tuned.
You don't have to hurry.
Or you don't have to, you know, say that's
Take your time,
front on your back to.
stay a while,
Nothing can stop you.
and you don't have to worry.
I say,
Everything will work out fine.
no doubt.
Stay a while.
I'm Carol Brailey of carolbrailey.com, and on the channel today is Ellie from What You
Canal Ellie Bernal.
Say that again?
My channel is like so long and hard to remember. I didn't think it through. But my name is Elizabeth, but you can call me Ellie. And I am from Colombia. I have a channel that is in English, and I basically focus my channel on creating content for people who are learning English. But it's more than not than teaching them English. It's just like how we live our lives in Canada. And I do it in a language so that people get motivated too, and they don't feel that fear of like speaking in a second language, basically. And I am very grateful to be here with you, Carol. I appreciate this invitation a lot. You are awesome.
So if you missed it the other day, I was on Ellie's Instagram Live where we had a live color analysis chat. And this is a little bit of a phase 2 to that chat where I'm going to be doing a live Zoom analysis, color analysis that is, on Ellie. And she has no idea what her seasonal color palette is. So it's a mystery to her. So we're going to see her reactions to what palette she is as they happen, and we'll go from there. So I just want to also say that if you're interested in a live virtual color analysis with me, a link to that service is below. Prior to this appointment, Ellie did send me a couple photos to prepare for this session. She didn't get a chance to load in the virtual backgrounds that are sometimes clients load into the session. So I'm going to run the Zoom analysis purely off my computer and sharing my screen, which I do for many clients as well, those who don't have a lot of technical experience, let's say, with Zoom. So we're going to run this off my computer once we get into the color comparison. So now let's dive in. So as per my three... Oh yeah, sorry, Ellie, I should have let you go in.
No, not at all.
Okay, so now on to my 3 virtual color analysis steps. And so my first step is looking at the eye pattern picture that Ellie submitted. And so I'm not confirming what color analysis results she is looking at her eye pattern. What I'm doing is making a little bit of hypothesis on the route we're going to go down based on her eye pattern. And in your eyes, Ellie, I see a wheel structure, kind of like a bicycle wheel rim. So you have spokes and then the outer rim, which potentially could indicate you have winter coloring in you. But also, you do have a couple of freckles in your eye.
I do. I didn't even know I had them.
Until you saw the picture of them.
Yes. I was like, oh my God, what is that? Oh, freckles.
and which could indicate you have autumn in your coloring as well. And so I think that's where potentially we might be going down. But the color strips and what have you will validate that. Now on to picture yourself around the age of 20 you submitted. And there that is. And so one thing I will say is that you have a very naturally deep value to your hair color. So it's naturally, dark brown to black in color. And so that's in harmony with a winter autumn range. And so I'm not seeing anything there that sort of frightens me off in terms of my eye pattern hypothesis. Do you freckle?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
I have freckles like on my On my face, mostly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And which, you know, it speaks to potentially the autumn aspect in your coloring.
Mhm.
So that definitely is in harmony too with what I saw in your eye pattern. So now let's have the fun and go into the color comparisons on the screen.
Yay.
So the first step we're going to do with the color comparisons is look at cool versus warm coloring on you and make some decisions whether you lean warm or cool. And then if you lean cool, we're going to look at winter coloring on you versus summer coloring, which are the cool primary color seasons. And if you lean warm, we're going to look at autumn coloring on you versus spring coloring, which are the warm primary color seasons. And then as a last step, we're going to break out what I call the flow palettes, and we're going to decide if you have a mix of combinations of color seasons in you. So you can have a mix of, say, winter, summer, you know, autumn, spring, and what have you. And so by the end of all that, you will know what flag belongs to you, and we'll be talking hair, makeup, clothing, and accessories based on where you land.
So
All right.
exciting.
So now I'm going to just share my screen with you. I have prepared on this screen for your appointment a look at cool versus warm so that you wouldn't have to watch me, you know, prepare the flags on you. And so here's the picture that you submitted prior to this session.
Yes.
And I left your roots of your hair out because I believe that is reflective of your natural hair color. And so color analysis is about harmonizing with your natural hair color and your natural coloring in general. And so I left your natural coloring into the mix.
Nice.
Okay, so on the left here is cool coloring. And on the right, sorry, is warm. And so, one of the first things I do when looking at color comparisons against you, and I also do this for an in-person analysis, is just simply ask myself, where is my eye more naturally inclined to look? Am I more inclined to look at the color surrounding Ellie, or am I more inclined to look at Ellie first? Because we want to focus on you first. And I will tell you, because I've reviewed, all the cool sides, I'm lost looking at that cool gray against you versus the brown. I'm more inclined to focus on you with the brown against you. Can you see that? Might be hard. This is the first look at it.
Yeah. I was actually thinking the opposite, but honestly, I'm not an expert in color, so I am not even going to bother.
So let's continue on though. So another thing I look at is sort of your jawline and what's giving you more of a lift. And it might be hard to see with the gray and brown. I don't see it obvious with the gray and brown, but these next colors, this coral against you, you're getting more of a lift on your jawline. And this one, is a bit disconnected here. Can you see that?
Yeah, I definitely see what you mean, for sure.
Which means then, your face looks wider on the left here, and on the right, because you're getting that lift, your face actually appears thinner. Can you see
that?
that?
Yeah, I totally see that. Yes.
So some people also, when they go through this process, they comment that the one in harmony with you, you're more inclined to look 3D, whereas here you might look flat on the cool side. And I see you looking more animated, which speaks to us focusing on you more as opposed to the color wearing you.
Absolutely.
Now here's a cool pink versus warm orange, and this pink is way disconnected from your coloring. Can you see that? And then this orange, is better. So I'm not saying here, by the way, this is the first step of color analysis. I'm not saying these are your best colors, because I look at color analysis as the process of elimination. But you know, when I can look at the colors on the left here and compare them with the colors on the right, you know, I'm saying the colors on the right are just better at this point. I'm not saying they're your best, and
Yeah.
but this pink is way disconnecting from you. I see more harmony with your eyes and more lift happening on your jawline with the orange. Now I took it one step further as well, looking at cool versus warm, just to confirm. And so on the left here is a winter color, which is a cool season, and on the right here is a warm color, which is from the autumn season. And this winter coloring on you is, you know, I'm completely distracted looking at it. Can you see that? It's too bright for you.
Oh, okay, I see it.
And then here, you know, I'm not lost looking at the color. I'm more inclined to focus on you, and that jawline again. I don't see disconnection happening on the jawline, that I see disconnection here on the winter side. You see that?
Yeah.
And then one last one, and again, these aren't, none of these are your best colors. We're just doing the first step of color analysis. But here is a cool purple against a warm olive green. So the purple here is from the winter family. The autumn family is this olive green. Just again to confirm cool versus warm. And this purple is widening your face. So focus on your cheekbones. They actually appear thinner on the right side.
Yep.
So which speaks to more lift happening with this olive green. Also with the purple side, I'm distracted looking at that purple, and the olive, I'm more inclined to focus in on you.
Perfect. What color is that one next to the purple one?
It's an olive green from the autumn family, so it's warm. So that is the first step of color analysis. And so we've actually decided you lean warm.
Okay.
And so what does that mean? So what that means is it's impossible for you to be a cool winter or cool summer, because this is a fully cool color season. It's impossible for you to be a true summer, because this is a fully cool color season, and it's impossible for you to be true winter, because this is a full cool color season. And so so we've eliminated, in essence, 4 palettes from the mix for you. But because you lean to the warm side of things, we're now going to look at the warm primary color season. So we're going to compare true spring colors on you versus autumn colors. And because I'm running this on my screen, I'm just going to set up my screen with those colors. So tell me how you're feeling so far as we've gone through the first step. Talk to us.
Well, it's basically all the colors that we're getting rid of right now is the colors that I've always been inclined to wear.
Well, let's see where you land. But can you see that the difference between?
I do see the differences that you show in the face and the face shape and the lift and everything that looks more natural.
Yeah.
But those are colors that I've never been drawn to wear, or that I've never felt comfortable wearing. It could be because of 1,000 reasons, right? But I totally see what you mean.
Now, what's your favorite colors? I
like red, black, white, green. And I like electric blue, but you mentioned something in our meeting last week, that we shouldn't be focusing on the color of the right. The item is on the person. It should highlight your features and you as a person. But I was drawn to colors that are more, I don't know, maybe just too much, I guess. I don't know. But I just felt really good in them. So I guess we're discovering things about other things about myself too.
Interesting. Well, we'll see where we land, because it'll be interesting to see if any of those colors ultimately are in your palette. But yeah, people have a tendency to want to hide behind the colors they're wearing, as opposed to, you know, them wearing the colors, and that's what color analysis is about. Is about you sparkling with the right colors.
True. Yeah, for sure.
Now, I've watched your channel, and I know you're married, and your husband has appeared on the channel before. Is he aware that you're doing this today?
He is very aware we're doing this. Yes. Yeah, he was very excited. But right now, today is football Sunday, so he's focused on something else.
Okay, so on the left on these pictures is autumn, and on the right is the true spring colors. And so I'm just gonna put your face on all the colors so that we're ready to chat about these. Now, to me, this is going to be an easy step for you, because if you did lean to the true spring side of things, I would expect your natural hair color to be much lighter in the blonde family. There is one palette called Bright that, you know, does have spring in it, and, you know, because you have that deep value hair color, it's possible that, you know, that's the only way there would be spring in your coloring. But because you get freckling, and because your skin characteristics don't align to the Bright palette, I'm looking for the Bright palette to give you an example. I'm willing to bet that there isn't spring, so this is the Bright palette, and so I think we'll land autumn here.
Okay.
So on the left again is autumn, right is spring, and so the autumn on the left, like, there's nothing to talk about in this comparison. So this is a camel brown in the spring palette, the deeper brown in the autumn palette. It's lifting you up so much more. This camel brown, look at your jawline and cheekbones, right? They're actually thinner on the left side. That spring coloring on the right does you no justice. So spring coloring is lighter and brighter than autumn. In the warm undertone side of things, autumn is deeper and softer in the warm undertone side of things. Now looking at the orange family, so this is a spring peach against you on the right, and a pumpkin orange in the autumn family on the left. There's nothing to talk about here either. Like, that spring peach is way washing you out. The jawline and cheekbones are wider on the right. There's a lot of positive things happening to your jawline on the autumn side. Can you see that? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then here is a spring bright green on the right, and an autumn deeper, softer green on the left. And we're seeing similar sorts of things as we did with the other colors above, right? This autumn green is so much more giving you life, as opposed to the colors on the right, which are completely washing you out, really disconnected from your jawline. And
yeah, for sure.
So, I didn't think we were going to land you spring, and that's definitely, we're ruling that one out. So we're going to take the spring out of the mix, and you do lean autumn. So just to recap, we put you leaning warm undertone so far to the autumn side of things. But now we're going to look at the flows of autumn. So this is where you can have a combination of color seasons in you. So we're going to look at true autumn still, because we haven't ruled that one out. We're going to look at autumn summer, and we're going to look at autumn winter. This palette's called deep. The autumn summer palette's called muted. And we're going to look at And as we go, I always make a mess with the flags, so bear with me. And then we haven't ruled out autumn, spring yet, and so we're gonna look at that one. So we're down to 4 palette possibilities left for you. So one of these are it. So let's, so I'm gonna leave the True Autumn column here because we're gonna compare everything to True Autumn now. And so let's pull out autumn, spring. So that palette's called Warm. So let me just get that one set up. So the colder weather is coming to Canada in our area soon. How are you preparing?
I don't mind the cold.
Wow, that's fantastic.
I don't like the heat. I don't like humidity. And I know that people are going to be like, what? I don't like humidity. It's not like I prefer winter and the coldest days of winter, because the problem with winter to me is that it lasts for so long.
Right.
But I do not mind winter at all. I mean, colder temperatures. So I'm okay.
Do you ice skate or anything like that?
I ice skate. I want to take
awesome.
I want to take skiing lessons.
Wow.
And you just have to keep yourself busy during winter because it lasts forever. So you might as well use it wisely, right?
Right. Yep. Yeah, it's about 5 months, so
exactly.
You gotta be happy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So from now until, like, I don't know, the end of December is going to be exciting, but you know that after December, January to February is like, okay,
yeah,
it's been too much.
Okay, so we're all set up for this next round. So on the left here is True Autumn, and on the right is something called Warm Autumn. So this colors on the right, makes the autumn colors slightly lighter and slightly brighter to incorporate the spring palette into there. And so I'm just going to take a quick peek. So I'm going to start at these greens because it's more obvious. So I'm liking that deeper value in the True Autumn still. While the colors on the right here, they're half autumn, they aren't bad. I don't like that the spring component is making them lighter and brighter on you. I like the depth of color happening on the left. Can you see that?
Yes,
yeah,
for sure.
This one's ever so slightly washing you out on the right. And then the same deal with the oranges here. There's so much more definition happening on your jawline and cheekbones with this, pumpkin orange. And then when we move to the brighter and lighter orange, that definition is somewhat lost.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the same deal with the browns. I like the depth of the brown happening on the left, and the one on the right, it's okay, but it's not as good as the one on the left. There's more definition. Can you see that?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. So what do you think of browns?
I don't like them.
I thought I heard you say that the other day. So let's see where you land. So tell me why you don't like browns. It's just
because maybe I haven't found the shade or the intensity in the color that suits me. I just feel like it's not very flattering on my skin.
Okay.
So,
we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Maybe just a darker brown. I think I tried a jacket on the other day that was dark brown, and actually it looked very nice. But that's the first time I actually felt good in brown.
Okay. So I think we'll be going down a path potentially where a deep brown actually is really nice on you. So stay tuned.
This is all very shocking for me because I've been very confused about what colors look good on my skin and what colors don't. That's why I told you the other day that was like, I am very drawn to wearing black because I feel very good in black, but it's not because and it's also because I don't dare try other colors.
Right.
Because I'm very confused.
Well, black's easy. It's everywhere, and we're told, it suits everybody. And
Yeah.
you know, I don't think it does necessarily
Mhm.
suit everybody.
Mhm.
And in terms of color analysis, it only suits you if there's winter in your coloring.
Mhm.
Okay, so on the left here is True Autumn, and we're going to compare that to Muted or Soft Autumn, which is the
Mhm.
Autumn Summer palette. So it basically adds gray to the autumn colors to bring in summer components and makes the autumn colors quite smoky. And so they're lighter and more softer than the True Autumn. And they're also in the neutral undertone range because they bring in the summer qualities. And so, like the other comparison with the warm palette, which is autumn spring, I'm not liking the colors on the right better than the colors on the left. I like the colors on the left better this autumn. The smokiness, it's not bad, it's half autumn, but the colors on the left are much better. Look at your jawline and cheekbones here. It actually appears wider, in my opinion, on the colors on the right, whereas here, the colors on the left, you get more lift. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Actually, I can. Mhm.
And then the center one, which is a pumpkin orange against a muted pink, this is way washing you out.
Yeah.
Right? Definitely
Yeah.
the colors on the left are so much better. There's nothing to talk about here.
Yeah.
And then the same deal. Actually, I see this flat 3D aspect. The ones on the left here, you're more 3D, and here you're flat on the right. This color is washing you out in comparison to the True Autumn Green, in my opinion.
And it's funny because I actually feel that both colors are washing me out.
Well, let's see. But it's better. The one on the left is definitely better. Can you see that? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we have one more palette to go to, which is the deep palette, which I think we'll be perhaps focusing on. And it will make this green slightly more neutral because this green currently is more warm. So let's go there now. Let's pull out the deep palette. And this is the last step of color analysis. So I want palettes to really give you that wow. And so let's see if we see it with this deep palette, which is autumn winter. And then after this comparison, we'll know what you are.
Yay.
The suspense will be over.
I'm excited.
I know you have a hair appointment coming up, you were saying.
I do.
And so it looks like you put some highlights in your hair?
Yes.
Yes. How long have you been highlighting your hair?
For a while now.
Yeah, okay.
2 years, I think, or more.
Wow, okay. Whoops.
Yeah. It's just like it always goes to this yellowy kind of color, and I don't feel like it's very soothing for my skin color, but then again, I might be wrong. So
well, anytime you put blonde in your hair, you have to keep up the maintenance on it, and it's hard to do with COVID.
Exactly.
And hair salons, and I know many people are not visiting salons as frequent as they're used to.
Exactly. It's definitely different times. And I think I just want to give it I think that the reason why I do the highlights is because I just want to give my face a little bit of liveness to it, because my eye color is dark, my hair is dark colored, right? So I want to give it a little bit more, like, I don't want to feel so deep colored in my face. I want to give it a little fun, but yeah, it goes to this yellow, and I'm like, I want to change.
It'll be interesting to see where we land, because the blonde, I think might be actually not your best, and so let's see where we go. Okay, So on the right here is true autumn, and on the left is deep autumn. So basically what's happening with the colors on the right, which is the deep autumn, is it's making the colors, true autumn colors deeper and bringing in winter qualities to them. So making them slightly brighter and bring in neutral undertone range. And so now, when I look at the colors on the right in comparison to the left, I actually see your face thinner with the colors on the right. Can you see that? Like, look at your cheekbone area. To me, it's wider on the left, and here it's more defined and thinner.
Yes.
Also, your eye color to me gets more pop. It's more in harmony with your eye color.
Yes, I see it.
And then now when I compare the color on the left, which is true autumn, against the deep autumn on the right, I'm liking the deep autumn, right? So when we ask ourselves that question, you know, where's my eye more naturally inclined to look? I'm looking at this orange in comparison now with this burgundy, this deep burgundy. I see you more. Can you see that? You get more life.
Yes.
Right?
That's definitely.
This one's very obvious. And then here is the green, which to me is very obvious as well, is I'm distracted looking at this green around you in comparison to this teal in the deep palette. I'm not distracted at all. You get life. You know, everything to me is, you know, focusing on you. It's much more in harmony. Whereas when I focus, say, on your jawline, I'm slightly, ever so slightly looking at the green in the true autumn side. Whereas here, there's more harmony along that jawline. Can you see that? I
definitely see that. Yes. Yes. Those are colors that I would be totally drawn to by.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, well, fantastic. So, so like my eye pattern hypothesis, I saw the winter and autumn in your coloring, and the second step, we looked at your hair color naturally around the age of 20 and your skin characteristics, which were also in harmony with the winter autumn. And now we're at this step where we've arrived at winter autumn. So all your color analysis puzzle pieces for this virtual analysis are fitting together. So we've landed at you being a deep autumn. And so let me pull up on your screen what that means in terms of your color references, and then we'll talk hair, makeup, clothing, accessories, because once I know your color palette, I know everything about your best colors. So let's go here.
So what is this thing about, oh, well, you're probably going to mention it later, but was this thing that some people look better when they wear silver, others look better when they wear gold, but it happens to me that I actually feel okay wearing both. So is it because maybe I'm just not as aware of undertones?
So yeah, so let's go there right now, because that's usually the thing I talk about right now. So because you lean to the deep autumn side of things, you have winter and autumn in your coloring. And so the the autumn metallic is like a deep yellow gold, which is almost like a brass color. And the winter metallic is like an icy silver or white gold. And so for you, I actually, because you lean on the autumn side of things, for you, I would recommend the deep yellow gold, the brass almost. You may feel like you like the silver as well, because you do have some winter qualities in your coloring, but because you lean to the autumn side of things, I do recommend that we would, or we would recommend you more in a deep yellow gold to reflect the autumn. Does that help?
It does, yeah. I just have a couple of like silver, gold necklaces, and they don't look good on my neck. Is it because my neck's lighter? I don't know.
Are they brass? Are they more deep yellow gold, or are they more of a light yellow gold? Because a light yellow gold would be more for spring.
Maybe because they're a little lighter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Okay,
possible.
I get it.
Also, sometimes people, when they wear colors that are in harmony with them, if their hair color's off, it can really distort things, because we have a tendency to want to match what we're wearing to our hair color. And what if our hair color is wrong? Then we just wash ourselves out further.
That makes a lot of sense, Carol. Yeah.
So try the deep yellow gold and let me know how you feel.
Absolutely.
Okay, so on their screen is a mix of you might like all these colors or not, but all these colors on your screen should work for you. They are representative of the deep palette. Now, let me just give you a bit of a recap on where we've landed. So there's three aspects to every color we see: undertone, value, and intensity. And so on the first step, we decided you have more of a warm undertone, but in the last step, we put some winter in there. So your undertone actually is sort of around here-ish, which would put you at neutral warm undertone.
Nice.
And then in terms of value, we like deep value on you, and intensity, we like medium intensity range, which speaks to autumn and winter being in your coloring. For your hair color, so let's go there.
Yay!
Your hair color. Now, picture this value chart. So picture, I have a background on my screen, so that's why this chart might look different.
Okay.
But picture blonde being over here on the value scale, and black or deep brown being over here. And so we want your hair color actually around, your natural hair color around the age of 20, frankly. Your deep value natural hair color is best for you. If I was to pull out a textbook for color analysis, it would say no blonde for your palette.
Perfect. It makes a lot of sense. It totally speaks to what I've been thinking for a long time.
Yeah. Okay, I was scared to talk to you about that.
No, not at all. I've always felt it's just like because when they bleach my hair, it goes naturally to a warm color, to a warm, bright yellow or whatever. I think that's why I was just convinced that that's what I had to do.
Yeah.
But
so your best
didn't feel.
Yeah. What you might want to do, and I don't recommend this around your face, but so I would keep, the deep value hair color perhaps matched to your current natural, around your face. But if I totally get about wanting to have fun with your hair color and adding dimension and what have you, what you may want to consider is, painting in some copper bits, which could reflect the autumn qualities in your coloring. So you know how they do balayage hair colors or what have you? If you
I've had my color, I've had it that color.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Okay, then don't do it.
It looks too orange for me.
But
Would you say that a red-ish, like a chocolate-ish color would look good, or not really?
I'd want you more than in the deep brown. I'd prefer a deep brown on you. Yeah. Or you deep brown to black, like your natural hair color, in the neutral undertone range though, because your palette is a neutral undertone range palette. So don't go warm or cool brown. You want neutral brown.
Neutral. Okay, perfect.
So actually, I'm a licensed hairstylist, so I know. So you ideally want a level 5 neutral brown.
Level 5 neutral brown. I'm gonna write it down. Okay, level.
You could even go level 4 if you wanted to, but because you've been lighter, I'd say gradually step into it. So I would go 5 first, and if you feel that's still too light, then take it to a 4.
Perfect.
I wouldn't go darker on you than a level 4. That would be the darkest I would go. So in terms of your best white, in terms of cool white, so no yellow brown added, or a true ice white, that sort of thing, we want you more in an eggshell or an oyster white. I also call it antique white. It's a white with a brown added, which speaks to autumn being in your coloring.
Okay.
Now, right now, draped on you, you have the true ice white, and I can see that if it had a little bit of brown in there, it would be better in harmony with you.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's talk. Do you wear makeup?
Not much, but I do wear lipstick, and I do my eyelashes and my eyebrows, but I don't wear too much. Like what is it? What is it called? Eyeshadow. I don't do much eyeshadow, also because I don't know what colors are convenient for me. So,
so your colors references really speak to also your makeup colors as well. So for everything but lip colors, you could test on your hand and make sure what the color appearing on your hand is a match to the reference. For lip colors, I would suggest dusting on your fingertip and matching to the reference. Now, for foundations, though, you have a neutral warm undertone, and so you want to choose neutral warm foundations. And for foundations, you would want to test there if you chose to wear a foundation. So foundations, I group into sort of concealers, primers, powders, that sort of thing. So you'd want to concentrate on the neutral warm category. But for matching your eyebrows, I would recommend, matching to your current eyebrow color, perhaps a level deeper. You could do black or a black brown mascara. For eyeshadows, really, use your reference, whatever reference you're going to use for the deep autumn palette to guide your eyeshadows. All of these would look good for you. I'm not such a fan of blue eyeshadow, but some of these browns, grays would look good, and these purples would look amazing.
Okay, perfect. I like it.
Blush, you could do sort of, a soft red here and just lightly dust it on. And for lip colors, you could really choose any of the red family, or if you want to have some fun, choose some of the purple family.
I like it. Yes.
So that is the session. And so do you have any questions? So you're deep autumn.
Deep autumn. Nice. Okay. No questions at all. I just this is so enlightening for me, because I've been very confused about what my undertone is, and this is bringing me so much knowledge, and it's going to turn me into a smarter shopper. When I go shopping, right? Because it's good to know what those colors are, the ones that fit you and suit you and make you feel good. Because I've always gone for colors that I like, but maybe they're not exactly the colors that highlight the best in me. It's just like colors are nice themselves, right?
Right.
But wearing what highlights your best features is what's important here. And I'm totally very grateful for this, because this is like mind-blowing.
I can't wait to see if you change your hair color and things. My advice, if you change your hair color, and this is just personally for you, is to take a before and after photo so that you can see the difference. Because it's a big deal, because you framing your face with the right hair color could really make a huge difference. Like, lift your jawline like we saw in the pictures, make your eyes sparkle, give you more vibrant skin. You'll see that.
I am so excited about that. Like, I can't wait, because I've always felt like this isn't it. So I'm grateful that you mentioned it, because I definitely need a change.
So there we go. That's the session.
You don't have to hurry.
Or you don't have to, say that's
Take your time.
Front on your back.